Okay, welcome back to my solo high-round strategy, guys, for Outbreak Exo Zombies. We're going through to upgrade our weapon for the very first time at the upgrade station right here. So we're going to chuck in the Cell 3 Cauterizer. Then we get it upgraded to the Mark II. Basically has a pretty ugly camo, if you like. The green tiger camo. But what happens with the upgrade station? It's as close as we've got to the Pack-a-Punch machine. It's nowhere near as exciting. Doesn't have any really amazing effects when you upgrade your weapons, but you can upgrade them all the way through from your original weapon, Mark II, Mark III, all the way up to Mark 20. And if you do the Easter egg on the map as well, you can actually unlock a special upgrade station which allows you to upgrade it one more time to level 25. But to be honest, it's very underwhelming, the effect that you get when you upgrade your weapons. You do get a little bit of a damage buff, and you do get more attachments, you get sights, you'll get camos, and that's about it. The weapons just don't feel that powerful in this Exo Zombies mode, in this map at least. Hopefully they change that in future Exo Zombies. Because I was personally quite disappointed. We're going to upgrade again here to Mark III. I was personally quite disappointed with the upgraded weapons in this game, especially since to get all the way to Mark 25, you have to spend 50,000 points, which is insane comparing how little it seems to do to your weapon and how cheap comparatively the Pack-a-Punch is in regular Treyarch Zombies. Now, the highest level you get without doing the Easter egg, Mark 20, you're going to have the Royal Camo, which is pretty cool. Once you upgrade to Mark 25 after doing the Easter egg, you get the Diamond Camo. But once again, it's not like Pack-a-Punching where you might get a special ability unlocked on the gun or something really cool, or even a special firing effect. Nothing like that really happens. It's just kind of like multiplayer weapons when you get the elite versions of them, if you know what I mean. So here you can see me adapting my strategy here. I'm slowly building up points by, once I get a horde of zombies down in the starting area, I'll bring them through here to the main hub and just run them around in a circle and get a ton of points off them with the pie take or whatever weapon you've got at the time. So that's basically our strategy, because the strategy that I'll be showing you guys, particularly in the higher rounds when we start using traps, you are going to need to constantly be getting a ton of points in order to keep using traps and the trash chute, which I'll talk about later on when we get to that stage. But right now we don't really need to use the traps because we want to build up points to upgrade our weapons to the max. With your point building weapon, I actually recommend not to upgrade that unless you really have to, because you don't want to do a lot of damage with it. All you want to do is build up points. So the lower damage it is, the more points you're going to get without killing the zombies. Okay, so every now and then what will happen with the 3D printer is, just like with the mystery box when you get the teddy bear, it will basically disappear and pop up somewhere else on the map. Now keep in mind, if you do get lost on this map, and I'm just checking the areas where the 3D printer could have gone to, there's a location right here, but it's not there. But you can actually bring up the pause menu. Well, it's not exactly the pause menu, because there's no pause right now. Hopefully they patch that. But there's no pause in Solo Zombies. But you can bring up that, similar to it, whatever that menu is when you would normally pause, and it will have a map that you can look at, which shows all of the locations that the 3D printer box can be, as well as some of the other key locations in the map as well. So we're going to look through here in the morgue and see if it's down here under the stairs. But no, it's not there. So it's probably going to be the last place I check, which is what normally happens to me. It's probably here in the main hub area. Yep, there we go. So we're going to try and get the distraction drones. That's pretty much the only thing. There we go, we get it. So I got fairly lucky in this game and didn't have to try too hard to get the Cell 3 and the distraction drone. Another good weapon is the S12 fully automatic shotgun. That is a beast. In fact, I'd almost go as far as to say it's as good as the Cell 3, perhaps even better in some circumstances, especially earlier in the game. So look out for that and get that if you do happen to get it from the 3D printer. Okay, now this is another unique drop in Outbreak, that lightning symbol that we just picked up. That is called a power surge, and what that does is pretty much the same sort of thing as the old fire sale drop that we used to get in some of the later Verruckt Zombies maps. And in fact, one of the player comments that you get when you get that drop is, "It's like a fire sale," which I found kind of amusing, as it was a nod to the old Verruckt Zombies. But what that does is all of the 3D printer stations around the map will become active, and it will only cost you 10 points to use. So it's pretty good if you can, especially if you can get that towards the end of the round. It's a bit hard mid-round to safely be hitting the 3D printer in most of the locations. Okay, so I'm going to take these guys through to the Exo room, and this is pretty much the route that I'll follow, and the traps that I'll hit right here for 500 points, and another trap in the main hub. And this is pretty much the high round strategy that you'll be using later on when the zombies start getting hard to kill with your conventional weaponry, using the traps to take them out. Now there is another trap you can activate here in the main hub, but I'm not actually going to need to do that because I've pretty much killed almost all of the last few zombies in this round anyway. So I'm just going to be picking up that orbital drop there. In this case, the orbital drop's not going to give me a turret or a drone or anything, or a camouflage. It's going to be giving me points, which is pretty good, I guess. So it's a random amount of points you get each time. Sometimes it's only 100 points you get from an orbital drop. Sometimes you get the 800 or whatever points. So it's all good because I pretty much have all of the Exo upgrades that I need, apart from Exo Medic. So I'm just using points to upgrade my weapons right now. For many of the weapons, if you can get them to Mark 10, it's pretty good because you get larger magazines unlocked. So I'm going to try to get both of these to Mark 10 at least, and then as we go on, you probably want to only upgrade your gun if you need ammo for it, because once you hit the highest level of upgrade, you can't use that upgrade station anymore to get ammo for the weapon. So while the upgrades themselves aren't great, the ability to simply go and upgrade your gun to get full ammunition is really, really useful for the 2,500 points each time. But in this particular game, I will be upgrading to the max level on my weapons, just to show you guys if you're curious what they're like. Now there's the distraction drone, guys. So it's pretty much exactly like a mystery, a monkey bomb, in that once you chuck it out, it will distract all the zombies and then blow up. But it's quite a lot more powerful than the monkey bomb in that it will pretty much almost always kill nearly all of the zombies that gather around it. So you can see here I'm going to use the decontamination zone. I've got 25 seconds left here, and one thing to remember is when you use this thing, it will grant you a temporary free camouflage, so you can actually get out of that area so that you don't get trapped in there before the camouflage wears out. And the other thing worth mentioning is any zombies that are on the pad with you as you hit that decontamination will instantly die. Sort of like the teleporters on Riese used to do when you hit the teleporter button. So yeah, as I said before, what you want to do with the infected zombie round is make sure you've saved your score streak abilities for that round, because it's probably the most dangerous round, and you want to have those available to use. Don't feel you have to save them up. Just use them, even if you think you may get away without using them. Just use them to be safe. And the same goes for your special drones, your special grenades, like the distraction drone or the nano swarm, if you've got that instead. Just use those because you know you're going to get a max ammo anyway. So, you might as well use them to give you that little bit of a safety buffer during that infected zombie round. So as I'm trading up these zombies here, you want to kind of look out for the special zombies, mainly the EMZ zombies. You want to take those out as a priority. Try and snipe those where you can. Get rid of those because you'll get probably 3 or 4 of those per swarm of zombies per train. And also those green zombies. Now those green zombies, they have like an ability where they will charge up and explode if you get close to them. So one little trick you can use to actually use them to your advantage is to go up close to them. You can hear them charge up and then just quickly boost away so that they will blow up the other zombies for you. But otherwise you just want to take them out so that you don't get that explosive damage, because the damage from those special zombies actually also, just like the grenades, scales to the level that you're at. So that will actually get more damaging in the higher rounds than in the lower rounds, which is something to keep in mind with them. So again, I'm just trying to build up points here so we can upgrade our weapons using this Pytake LMG. Now, before I forget, I should probably talk about the Nano Swarm grenades. I don't have them anymore, but when you saw me using them, you can see that they basically throw out a little bubble of Nano Swarm. And what will happen with that, when the zombies go into that, it slows them down and it does them a ton of damage until they die. So you can almost sit in the middle of that bubble of the Nano Swarm and be protected a little bit from the zombies. You can still take a little bit of damage though, so what I recommend doing is staying in there until you start to take a few hits and then boost jump out of that. Just be careful with it though, in case you get zapped by an EMZ. But yeah, we're starting to consolidate our strategy here in this starting area. Prior to about round 25, you can just train up the zombies around this bus here. Just looking out for the EMZ zombies, the explosive zombies and those special zombies, and try and take them out if you've got a decent weapon before you concentrate on the main train of zombies that you've got. So again, we're going to head back through to the main hub and just get a ton of points by spraying them here. Doing a bit of hip firing with the Pytake. And I like to follow this walkway around. You can sort of keep in the middle of that so you know you're not going to back yourself into one of those little dead end rooms or anything like that. But usually if you've got a low damage rapid fire automatic weapon like this one, you don't want to kill them too quickly. You just want to get points off them. So that's why I'm hip firing and stuff like that with them, to build up the points. This map though, it is a really fast map to get to higher rounds. Previously, Ascension was pretty much the map in terms of getting the higher rounds quickly. In my experience at least, like you could get to round 30 on Ascension in Black Ops in an hour. Or even slightly under an hour sometimes. This map is pretty much the same as that. Even using this strategy, which is not probably the fastest strategy, but it's probably going to keep you a bit safer than some of the less safe ones. You're still going to get to round 30 in about an hour doing this. And then past that, it's just a matter of using the traps. Okay, so we just got a couple more zombies to finish off here at round 16. And I'm going to grab some points. I don't really need them. 100 points isn't really going to help super much at this point. But we're going to upgrade weapons a couple of times. Try and keep, about 1,000 points or so spare in case you do get an infected zombie round. But the dog rounds come at round 5 and then every 10 rounds after that, give or take a round. And the infected zombies rounds come at round 10 and then every 10 rounds after that as well.